Peace, love, and light, family. It's Jalahi here, checking in with another edition of Creative Knowledge TV, where we love to create knowledge, debate knowledge, and show appreciation for all knowledge. Today's creative question is, what is freedom? Ponder deeply on that. What is freedom? Do we as a people truly want to be free? Let's get it cracking, family. Shout out to all the supporters, the subscribers that actually ask me these questions and give me something deeper to delve into. Dealing with freedom, I ask you as I was asked, what is freedom? What is your definition of freedom? We all have our own perception of what being free feels like, looks like, and all the other senses of experience. The American Oxford Dictionary defines freedom as exemption from arbitrary or despotic control. Basically, they're stating it's being exempt from civil liberty, or basically having civil liberty. Excuse me, family. Remember, if you don't control your mind, someone else will. That's what civil liberty is. They cannot civilize us, so we shouldn't want just civil liberty. That's not true freedom, family. How I interpret the Oxford Dictionary definition is living by the root word, which is free. Free means exempt from, but the old Greek word for free was pre, which means to love. Now, I thought of that as deep because I assigned this word to mean to love what I do, whether it's free or not. To love nature freely and unconditionally. To love family freely or openly or exempt from worry. Breaking down the word freedom, dealing with the reality of oppression we live in today, I just broke it down to meaning free of the dome or the box, the ceiling or the lid we live in. We can all agree that everywhere in this world, there is a restriction on freedom, especially here in America. These oppressors manipulate and control what we say, think, watch, eat, and even sometimes do. They control all the politics, the religions, the Masonic societies, the Greek fraternities, all of it. They even control the school systems which our kids have to go through to be so-called free or smart. Again, dealing with the Oxford Dictionary definition of freedom, I just thought, why in the national anthem, the Declaration of Independence, the pledge, any other worldly document that is law, it states, we are free. We the people are free, for the land of the free, for freedom and justice for all, etc. I just asked, who are the free? What is free? Because water is not free, and we need that shit to live. If nothing in the world is free, and we are not free to do anything without restriction, then how are we truly free, family? This is just me bringing awareness to these subliminal and subconscious attacks that have us confused and perturbed. We have to understand that our government does not truly care for us how we think they do. I'm trying to free myself and my mind and my family from the entrapments of this new world order, because I refuse to live life this way. This is not how life should be. We don't see fields and gardens full of fruit trees and veggie plants for free anymore. One who controls nature controls the circumstances or the situation, and one who controls the mind of the people controls the people, controls the masses, family. Remember, government literally just means to govern the mental. So we can go deeper on how this system is set up to subliminally and subconsciously control everything we do. And then they feed us the lie of telling us we are free. In a recent video You know, a few years back when Barack was the president, he stated that the masses are too small-minded, basically saying we're too dumb to think for ourselves. Here it is.
The international order that we have worked for generations to build. Ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs. That order and progress can only come when individuals surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign.
Damn, this nigga just said we have to surrender all of our rights, not some, all of our rights to them, the true sovereign beings. They're not eating chemically injected foods. He knows the true secrets, family, and he's giving it to us raw and telling us lies, though. Saying we are free, saying that they're here to help us. I hope I answered you guys' question on what is freedom. And now I'll deal with, or I'll ask, do we as a people truly want to be free? During my research, I noticed that all world governments' two main responsibilities are to protect and provide for the masses. Protect and provide. Now I ask again, do we truly want to be free of their control? Because that would entitle us to have to produce and provide and protect for ourselves. Everyone has to do their part in society. And I honestly think that's why the majority of the world won't rise, because they will rather rely and believe and rely on the powers that be to produce for them, instead of producing from their heart and giving back to this earth. We would first have to defend ourselves to be free. The USA has the most powerful army, so they will be able to control whatever they please. Documented facts from worldwatch.org states that America controls over 60% of the world's natural resources, right behind Russia, which controls the most natural resources. I just asked, why are those natural resources not free? Why don't I have none? Why don't you have none? And are we willing to utilize them in a useful way if we had them? These are just all questions to ponder on daily, family. I want to get back to gardening like my grandma taught me. How many of our queens are actually ready to take on their duty as the mother of the earth, to nature or nurture and tillage the land, to plant seeds and cultivate a garden as if it's a child as well? And the kings or the gods, whatever you want to call yourself, how many of us brothers are actually ready to take full responsibility of the protection or for the protection of our queens and Madu nature? Protect the woman, child, and the land. That's what we would have to do if we were trying to be truly free. Myself, I am striving for complete sovereignty. I want to rely completely on self, as I do now, but I mean as the most basic level. Like, why would I pay hospital bills and insurance when my queen knows alchemy and can heal and cure me of any plague of the body? Why work for money to go buy water and fruit when I have a garden, 3 apple trees, and a river system where I know how to purify water out back? You know, that's just me though. I want to be truly sovereign. You will have to ask yourself, why would you want to be sovereign, or why would you want to be free? I answered that question in this simple answer. It's unplugging from the United States of America. You will be able to govern yourself if you do it right. This does not mean I get to kill anyone and go off and kill everybody. It just means I will not be held to the laws of the states or governments. I will be held to the laws of the land that was made thousands of years ago. Remember, refer back to my video, the law of divine oneness. These are universal laws, family, not man-made laws. So, dealing with sovereignty, here are a few pros and cons of becoming completely sovereign. Now, you can totally make the decision and define your own definition of freedom. These are my definitions that I came up with, and this is my plan to act and really get rid of this new world order or withdraw from the system. I don't want to change the system. I don't want to change America. I'm just trying to withdraw from it. So again, here are a few pros and cons. First, we would have to reject our birth certificate that our parents gave us and denounce our citizenship by filing with the UCC and the Department of Treasury. Then once that happens, you can drive without a license, a driver's license. You also have to go through the UCC for that, and you just have to file your car as personal property. If you bought your car, not leasing like all you niggas doing, leasing these 2018s and this and that, you can't become sovereign because you want to depend on them. If you buy a car or fix a car up from the ground up and you purchase it and own it as personal property, you do not have to drive with a driver's license. These are laws though. We just have to understand and know the laws. This is why knowledge is power. If we know the law of license, we wouldn't have to get registration insurance for a car if we're not driving a commercial or a company car. If you're not doing business out of your car, you do not have to have a driver's license, family. And that's just one way to save money and get on your own. To become sovereign, one must build a nation on their own and have all these, your plan in order, and then file with the UCC and the Department of Treasury. Like I said before, another pro is that you make the laws of your own land. You can decide who walks on your land and who can't. You have the right to come up with your own money in barter system, and you can discharge your debt under the laws of trade in the United States. It's called negotiable bonds, and all places take them, such as banks, and yes, the USA does take it, family. The big thing and the big con about this sovereignty deal is that now you're your own country and you must act as so. So you must provide, protect, and cultivate your own country. You must feed yourself. You must heal yourself. You must defend your family and self, because you will always be considered a threat to the government, because now you're considered a foreign entity inside the USA and you will be treated as so. But to the people who think there are no sovereign people in the USA, look at the Indians, family. Look at the Indians. Do the research on the Aboriginal Indians to this land. As well as the Aboriginal Americans, family. They have their own police systems, schools, and they govern themselves. I just feel like this lifestyle will bring me true elation. It's just my truth. It will take some time for me to prepare, which I am currently working on now. I'm just giving you guys advice. Don't take it as an order. Don't take it as, oh, he's trying to think. No, none of that. The decision is yours completely, family. Make sure your actions and decisions are totally based upon your philosophy. Tony Robinson said before, fear and anger distracts and deters us from our desires the most. And I will not fear this government anymore. I will not be angry that this life is not how it's supposed to be anymore. I'm just going to act upon my desired life, and hopefully, like-minded people in my family will follow me. But I'm not forcing anybody. This truth is only for the seekers, family. Now, very quickly, I'll tap into a programming aspect of this knowledge, because I can't lie, we are all still programmed in some way. Programmed to eat, drink, and do certain things at certain times in certain moments. We all know the government, is rotten and they lie. So in the Constitution, they only promised us protection and service. We have to understand that we are programmed and monitored every day. We are controlled mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. We are controlled daily by the use of government technology, spyware, biometric recognition systems, satellites, cameras, all type of different government-owned systems are tracking us daily. You feel me? And this shouldn't be so, family. We should not let this shit continue to happen. In 2002, it was an executive order law passed that the United States was granted total information awareness. It's called the Total Information Awareness Program. Research it, family. It gives them the right. It is law that they know all information about us. That is why social media is so prominent nowadays. That's why social media is becoming intrinsic and powerful, more powerful by the day, because they have to keep gaining info on what will people be like, what will the future be like, so they can stay steps ahead of us, family. This shit is truth. Just do the research. Again, the government only promised us protection and service. But as we can see in everyday life, the police and the government are not here to protect us. They are here to protect the property of the haves or the 1%. The tools used against us all over the world is radio, television, and symbols. There go that word lie again, television. Remember, our subconscious mind only learns in 3 ways: repetition, trauma, and symbols. That's why during slavery, they made the entire plantation watch lynching or watch the beatings, watch the rapes, because your soul or your subconscious would remember that, and it will induce fear in you. Symbols are used daily as well. If, again, refer back to the Total Information Awareness Program, or even on the back of our dollar, or even every movie that comes on that feeds you the global lie. When Universal comes across the screen, we see this big ass globe. We see that they show us these pictures, and everywhere we go, the pyramids, the all-seeing eye, all of these are symbols, and this is how they communicate with our subconscious. You feel me? We even have to go way deeper on how ancient symbols are used to create confusion in our minds, but that will be for another video. Let's just talk how the television is here to brainwash us. Since the screen television was created, it has had a baleful or nocturnal effect on the minds of the people. Remember, Hitler used the TV the most as propaganda. What the conscious mind believes, the subconscious mind acts on. So we are stuck acting out of belief. Dealing with the etymology of television, it has the root word lie in the word. So it ought to tell the lies. It tells the lies to our vision. Religion and belief is the same way. We rely. It's all a lie, but it takes us to have faith in these things to manifest the outcome of these concepts. The radio is the tool as well. It is using radioactive waves or frequencies to tap into our melanin or our subconscious. Man, gee, it's deep. Let me take a deep breath, man, and get a drink of water. This shit is deep. We have to realize that the oppressors are weaponizing sound, music, symbols, etc. And we are being programmed. And I will go deeper on mental programming further on Creative Knowledge TV. Again, my time is up, family. I want to thank you all for tuning in to Creative Knowledge TV. This is your brother Jalahi. I love you all. Thank you all for the support. Much peace, much love. Be free, family.